No! Pinocchio, no!
Scooby-Doo's not afraid anymore, now becoming a mysterious entity as Pinocchio will do everything possible to become a real boy. Both of them will turn into authentic monsters. Greatest mystery has been solved as Scooby-Doo's evil intentions have been revealed. That's right, this brown dog that many of us saw in our childhood has many secrets. So we're gonna learn more about his story by calling our horror expert. Come on, Winnie! Hi everyone, I'm Winnie, the yellow cat expert in horror stories. And even though I don't really like dogs, I have a special affection for this one. I mean, I just loved his cartoon when I was a kitty. But let's remember that Scooby is a Great Dane dog who starred in his own cartoon show, which was released for the first time in 1969 with the Mystery Inc. formed by Fred, Shaggy, Daphne, Velma, and of course Scooby-Doo, four friends along with their dog that live in a small town called Crystal Cove, where they solve strange events in their mystery machine. They are very iconic characters, no doubt about it, but after many years of entertainment, finally in 2023, the whole truth of a shocking Scooby-Doo theory has been revealed to us. That's right, cause now with a new HBO series of Velma, an animation titled Velma Meets the Original Velma has been shown to us. This awesome work is from the Avocado Animations channel, where we can see a better and more intriguing ending for the story-solving friends, as we see that the new crew is reunited one more time. But suddenly Norville, who is the new Shaggy, arrives with a curious brown puppy named Scooby. And immediately the new version of Velma realizes that something strange is happening, cause she starts to have glitched visions that like to be past memories from many years ago, and those were very brutal as she saw her friends being killed in a violent and painful ways, even herself too. At this point, Velma just runs out from her friends to make a movement and think about what just happened here. It didn't take long for a strange entity to show up and start talking. After a while, we're gonna discover it's Scooby, or it seems to be. Well, this one will stand on his two hind legs in front of Velma, whipping some cherry juice from his mouth. And she started to explain that every time she's having those memories or wondering why Scooby's a talking dog, this evil entity reveals the whole world again, killing her and everyone there, creating a new version of all these characters. Well, he just hates big questions about himself. This is so insane, but you might be wondering, who is this creepy dog really? Well, there's some other theories about his origins and also his incredible evil power, but the most shocking ones about Scooby being an entity from another reality or dimension. Even in the original series, at one point they explain us there's a planet called Nibiru, which passes close to Earth every 3,600 years, but the most curious thing is that the planet comes from another dimension, so we can really see it even if it's close to Earth. But what we know is those creatures that don't have a physical body live here with us, and they have abilities that we just can't understand very well. But relax guys, cause those creatures apparently enjoy helping humans, or at least the majority of them. However, the problem is that not all these interdimensional entities have good intentions, cause there are others with evil plans in mind, and among those of course is our Scooby Doo. Well, he's an entity that possessed the body of a Great Dane dog with intention of living a quiet life with humans, specifically with the Mr. Ink, cause he began to enjoy his reality more than he ever thought.
Of course, the terrifying thing happened after Velma, the smart girl of the group, started to question herself why Scooby is able to talk. After a while, they discovered his identity, and of course, Scooby didn't want to be exposed and also where he comes from, so this endless cycle starts over and over again. We need to know that Scooby has a selfish desire to live a carefree life, so he uses his great power to create the entire universe as many times as he needs to be with his friends, going through many alternative versions, from the oldest to the most current, and all of this always happens because of Velma.
And finally, in the animations, it's revealed how this new Scooby is willing to restart the whole universe again, ending with the current Mr. Ink. That's why our creepy dog bites the new Velma aggressively in her neck, ending with her life almost instantly. Now Scooby just needs to wait for his mystery to be solved and repeat this insane cycle again.
I didn't think it happened so soon. It's getting worse. I love you.
In our second and last sculpture, we have Pinocchio, the wooden puppet that became a real boy. But you may be wondering, how could this harmless child turn into something evil? Well, before answering it, we must know a little about his story. Tell them, Plasti!
Maybe many already know him, but for those of you who don't, this charismatic character appears on television in the 90s era. The story is basically about an old man named Geppetto, who one day met a fairy and with a pure desire of his heart asked her to give life to one of his wooden puppets. This is very cute and innocent, isn't it? Well, what you're gonna hear now about it, it's just insane!
That's right, cause this version takes place in a parallel universe where things would be a little different. But before continuing, remember to leave your powerful like and subscribe to the channel. This is how you can help us to continue creating these terrifying sculptures. But now, continuing the horror story of Pinocchio, or better known as the Wooden Boy, is a creepy version that occurs in a different reality, where its creator Geppetto investigates how to give life to one of his wooden puppets. The problem is that he used dark alchemy to achieve his goal, and of course this wish wasn't fulfilled by a fairy as in its original version. Unfortunately, it was made by an evil creature giving life to this sinister puppet.
That's how this evil entity was born. At the beginning, its appearance wasn't so terrific because the original Pinocchio was a wooden puppet dressed in classic clothes and an iconic hat with a feather. But now, the most terrifying thing is that it seems to hang up from the ceiling by some strings. However, the worst is just to come, cause in the animation it's revealed that a sacrifice is required to create this terrifying creature, being a situation that's confirmed later as a desperate man's looking for his lost son, which means that the carpenter has sacrificed an innocent child to create this abomination.
Oh no, and this is the exact moment when we can see how this entity completely ate the poor old man, consuming him alive as a snake, cause even if his wooden mouth looks like a doll's, when he just opens, it reveals several rows of sharp fangs in a circular shape, as well as a huge and deep mouth. But the horror isn't over yet, cause this monster seems to be incomplete, and the scrolls that contain the way to create it says that more than one sacrifice is needed, so we can conclude that the true intentions of this entity is to devour humans in order to complete its final transformation, becoming a real boy. Although I really thought that thing would be a real child. It's just horrible.
This is true, cause when Pinocchio ate up the man, his size has changed, and now the strings with which the puppet moves have a more realistic shape. But also at the end of this animation, we'll watch how he devours his creator to later reveals his true intentions to become a real boy. Well, his eyes look more realistic and also has a better articulated body, so every time Pinocchio devours a person, its body improves and gains power, looking much more terrifying.
Nowadays, it's unknown if this creature has any weaknesses, but we can infer that Pinocchio is weak to fire cause he's made of wood. However, as he becomes a more realistic puppet, maybe it's no longer affected by this element. Furthermore, there's a theory that tells us how to kill him. It says that you have to find the demon that created Pinocchio and ask him to destroy his creation. For this, you'll pay a high price though.
Where's my boy?
Do I look like a real boy, Papa? I never thought harmless cartoons could have such creepy stories. I just love them as they scares me at the same time. Don't forget like and comment in the box which of these two characters has been your favorite.
And if you like this video, I suggest you these other two that are also very creepy. But after all, continue creating your new ability.